Stop this habit before it's too late. What if the very foundation of your diet, the nourishing, wholesome foods you rely on, simply disappeared? What if you replaced every meal, every snack, every bite with nothing but pills, powders, and bars? What happens when supplement stops meaning addition and starts meaning replacement? Will it unlock new levels of performance, pushing your body beyond its natural limits? Or will it send you crashing headfirst into a brick wall made of synthetic compounds? This isn't just a thought experiment. This is the story of a perilous journey to answer those very questions, to uncover the stark realities of a supplement-only existence. Our subject, starting at 190 pounds, began this radical challenge with a misplaced sense of optimism. The plan was simple, almost alarmingly so. If it rattles in a bottle, it's a meal. It was a complete surrender to the world of Pharma, betting everything on artificial sustenance. The initial goals were straightforward: maintain energy, avoid missing real food, and feel truly full. Yet the path ahead was paved with unexpected and often agonizing revelations. The journey began with an almost comical inventory: multivitamins, fish oil, despite the taste, vitamin D, probiotics, MCT oil for those elusive fats, and carefully chosen electrolytes. Protein shakes, caffeine pills, and bars rounded out the arsenal. The cost alone was obnoxious, reaching Liver King levels, a hefty price for a dangerous gamble on health. Breakfast quickly became a bizarre, almost ritualistic affair: a handful of pills, swallowed with grim determination. Then a medley of concoctions: gummies, turmeric, apple cider vinegar, a green powder, Metamucil, protein, and MCT oil and coffee. It felt less like a meal and more like swallowing this much science. The much-touted Subi powder, meant to replace fruits and vegetables, disappointingly tasted like earth, despite promises of mango and pineapple. With only 1 gram of fiber, the Metamucil became a vital, almost eagerly anticipated addition. A dumbed-down sunny delight that was thick and gelatinous. Muscle milk, usually associated with post-Olympia celebrations, was a letdown and off-putting sweetness that raised questions about its origin. Barely through the first meal, the body rebelled. The stomach churned, a literal sensation of being stabbed in the gut repeatedly. Just 400 calories in, and the feeling was bad, a grim forecast for the 2,500 calorie target. Pre-workout fuel came from Nutribars, marketed as meal replacements, promising hours of satiety. The skepticism was immediate. Are we testing protein bars on mice now? The bar itself, resembling fossilized mammoth feces, failed spectacularly on taste. A tactical protein beverage followed, a blueberry cobbler flavor that tasted more like Nassau space food. Caffeine pills provided a temporary jolt, alongside carb powder, creatine, and electrolytes. Entering the gym, confidence was non-existent. The feeling was horrible. Training under these conditions was a nightmare. Every movement resulted in a sloshing around of fluids, a truly gross sensation. A debilitating headache, unlike any before, was an undeniable side effect of the supplement overload. Despite a normal caloric intake for a workout, the sensation was profoundly different. The hunger was intense, yet simultaneously there was the unsettling stabbing in the stomach. Extreme gassiness led to involuntary supersetting with frequent bathroom trips. The workout itself was most average. Connecting with muscles felt impossible. A pump was elusive, especially on a shoulders and arm day where it was most desired. The head throbbed, the stomach ached, and constant bathroom breaks shattered focus. The body felt stringy, flat, depleted. The usual post-workout euphoria was replaced by a gnawing emptiness, a feeling of having not eaten a thing. Post-workout, a brief moment of relief came from a white chocolate grenade bar, another electrolyte drink driven by intense hunger. The gassiness was so severe it felt like going airborne, prompting a switch from whey to vegan protein. The chosen vegan meal replacement, Soylent, lived up to its unappetizing name, tasting like a Dementor sucked the soul out of a Hershey's bar. It required a significant leap of imagination, a culinary Stockholm syndrome to tolerate. Then came the truly bizarre survival tabs, a meal in chewable form, packaged like something from a paranoid grandpa's homemade nuclear fallout shelter. The promise, the best possible nutrition in the smallest possible volume. The taste was disorienting, like a children's gummy that fell under the couch and it's been there for 3 years, and all the dust particles were absorbed by this gummy. Yet in a moment of desperation, it was surprisingly tolerable, even enjoyable. The realization dawned, true satiety was an impossible dream. Appetite suppressants marketed as most potent proved as useful as an umbrella in a hurricane. Frequent toilet visits disrupted work and daily life. A desperate trip for toilet paper, going through it like it's 2020 again, led back to the supplement aisle. A new protein bar, unappealing in looks, tasted like a demand for a refund. Dinner brought pad thai with chicken, a survival food, not a true supplement, meant only for the brink of dying in the woods. Its 30-year shelf life and excessive sodium were alarming. The taste, far from authentic, was a bizarre imitation. Yet in the context of pure supplements, its savory flavor offered a moment of surprising relief from the constant sweetness. Despite reaching and even exceeding the daily calorie target, the feeling was one of starvation, as if significantly less had been consumed. Sleep that night was a brutal ordeal, largely spent awake and hungry. The morning brought fogginess and a new disturbing symptom, dry, flaking skin. Day 2 continued the assault on the digestive system. Breakfast on day 2 offered functional chocolate with benefits, which tasted more like vitamins did blackface, lacking any creamy center. Yet through continued culinary Stockholm syndrome, it became somewhat enjoyable. Then, shaker cereal with protein, an innovative concept that delivered a magical crunch and thickness, reminiscent of Lucky Charms. Despite its simplicity, it was definitely better than yesterday's breakfast. Another handful of pills, another serving of cereal. Day 2's workout mirrored day 1, difficult, unfocused, and every symptom of supplement overdosing present. Maintaining performance required significantly more effort. Constant dehydration, despite ample fluid intake, was a puzzling and persistent issue. The monotony of textures and flavors led to an intense preoccupation with real food, very bingy thoughts. Lunch brought mass gainer, a colossal 1170 calories per serving, a one-way ticket to the competitive sumo circuit. It was a huge risk, consuming such a large portion of daily calories in one shake. The taste was initially off-putting. A 15-year-old boy struggling and depressed because he can't put on any muscle kind of drink. But then a subtle shift, extremely chocolatey on entry, followed by the notes of quinoa and sweet potato clean calories. Despite its caloric density, it felt like a lose-lose situation, offering less satisfaction than a Wendy's Frosty for fewer calories. The shake sat heavily in the stomach, causing pain. Day 2 was much harder, a downhill slide since breakfast. The thought of real food became an obsession. Metamucil was sipped in desperation, providing some relief but not the desired kind. Walking through a food court, merely looking at food, became a new, agonizing experience. Another green drink to break the monotony of the mud pit color palette. Productivity plummeted, focus was lost. The suspicion, highly concentrated vitamins and minerals, with nothing in the body to absorb them, leading to feeling all out of whack. The final meal of the challenge, an immune elixir for perceived recovery, followed by a mammoth protein bar, a true jaw workout that offered a momentary chocolatey relief. Lastly, a core power beverage, expensive but a welcome taste. The experiment's questions were answered with a resounding and undeniable negativity. Energy was horrible. Thoughts of real food were constant. Starvation was the prevailing sensation. The only silver lining, a mere 1.4 pounds dropped, and a slightly leaner appearance from having literally nothing in your system. This extreme experiment unequivocally proved that supplements, by their very nature, cannot replace whole foods. As Dr. Alex Hutchinson, author and science journalist specializing in exercise physiology, notes, supplements are best seen as tools to optimize an already sound diet, not as a replacement for the diverse array of nutrients, fiber, and phytochemicals found in whole foods. Your body is designed to process food, not just isolated chemicals. The body's intricate systems thrive on the synergy of nutrients found in natural, unprocessed foods. This challenge was a stark, painful reminder that nothing, absolutely nothing, can truly replace real food. Thanks for watching the video. If you found this dive into extreme nutrition fascinating, you can find more content like it right here on the channel. Check out our videos on the unexpected truth about cardio and muscle gains, or how energy drinks can dangerously impact your health. We'll see you in the next video.